Hi guys, welcome to my new YouTube channel. I just wanted to say that I have been looking to start this channel to bring women empowerment when it comes to infertility and loss. I am so excited to be talking to you about this because I have a really crazy journey when it comes to this, and I cannot wait to share it with you. I would like to post a series of videos when it comes to my story regarding infertility, loss, and motherhood. And I would post one video a week, having a series of 10 videos. And I hope that this just brings women together, brings women empowerment, and it stops women from suffering in silence. It gives them a place to come to and talk to other women where they feel like they're not alone. And I know many women can relate to this. I'm sure there is thousands of women who have suffered with infertility and loss. Alright, so let's get started. I got married in 2012 and I was 21 years old. My husband was also 21 and we grew up together. We were high school sweethearts. And we actually grew up next door to each other. We were best friends, and then realized that we wanted to be more than that at a very young age, about 15. So we started dating, and then he proposed. We got married at a very young age, and we were very excited to get our life started and to start a family. We were gonna wait a year after we got married before we decided to try and get pregnant, you could say. And I got baby fever. And of course we started trying after 6 months of being married. So I was very, very excited. Never thought I would have any issues. My mother never had any issues. But after 6 months of trying, I realized that something was wrong, and we were having a really, really hard time and a very difficult time trying to conceive. So I went to my OBGYN, and she did quite a few tests, lab work, and then ended up doing surgery to remove endometriosis. So after all the tests came back, it ended up being that I had a pretty severe endometriosis. I had a hole in the back of my uterus that she had repaired, and I also had PCOS, which many, many women struggle with when it comes to infertility, and I had fibroids, which was very surprising to find out because I know that endometriosis ran in my family. PCOS, however, and fibroids did not. So I was very surprised to find out that now I would be battling with all three of these issues when it came to us trying to conceive. Well, they ended up putting us on Clomid, and that would help produce a lot of eggs, or help the ones that weren't growing big enough to grow bigger. And then maybe my egg would drop, or an egg would drop, and then we would get pregnant. It ended up helping my eggs grow, but a lot of them grew, and they would never drop, so I was never ovulating. I was having irregular cycles, and I just felt like we were never going to get pregnant, and it was very emotional for me. I talked to my doctor about, what can we do? Can I do anything else? And she just said, nope, stay on this Clomid. We'll do this for 6 months and let's see what happens. She's like, keep it up, stay strong, stay busy, take your vitamins, and this is what you're doing. You're doing everything that you can do. She's like, don't feel guilty. She's like, you are a strong woman, and no matter what, whether it's adoption or you know, you guys getting pregnant on your own. She's like, you will have a family one day. You're very determined. So I was like, okay, you know, we'll get pregnant. After 6 months of being in the Clomid, no success. And I felt like I had lost my determination. And I felt like I was suffering in silence. There was nobody that I could go to talk to who understood what I was going through. I, you know, tried to talk, you know, with family members about it, and they just felt like, you know, Cassie, you're stressing out. That's why it's not happening. You'll get pregnant when it's meant to happen. And there was people in my family and friends that were pregnant, and I felt like I couldn't talk to them because I was very envious, jealous. And it wasn't because I didn't care for them, because I didn't love them, and not that I didn't want to be there for them, but I felt like at that time I just didn't know how to handle my emotions, and I felt like there was nowhere that I could go or no one that I could talk to when it came to relating to how I felt, and I didn't know how to cope with my emotions. I really wish that there would have been a place that I could have gone, maybe an infertility group, so I didn't have to suffer in silence, or even somebody that I could have talked to over the phone. I live in a very rural area, so there wasn't any infertility groups near me, and I guess I really didn't think at the time to join an online group. Now that those are actually really common now, and if any of you don't have a group near you, think about joining an online group. They are really helpful, and you could always meet somebody in your area and meet up with them, and who knows, a great friendship could come out of this. Not many people, you know, can relate to infertility, and when you find somebody that does, definitely don't let that friendship go, because you never know. I mean, you could get pregnant and then struggle with secondary infertility, and you definitely always want to have somebody in your corner, because infertility and loss is something that many women suffer with, and they suffer in silence, and it's just not fair. We need to come together and help each other cope and help each other get through this. But I definitely want to share more of my story with you guys, and I would like you guys to share some of your stories with me. So please, in the comments below, tell me some of your stories and what you've been through. You can always email me. I am here to listen, give advice if you would like. I know that it's always nice just to have somebody to listen when you're struggling and going through all this. If you would like to join me next week, you can learn what we decided to do then when the 6 months of Clomid did not work. I would love to share it with you, and cannot wait to get to know you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel.